Is my audio okay?
Yeah, good, perfect.
Good. Cool.
Yeah, I just want to set it up live on the Facebook live.
Okay.
Kejap Kejap. Shoo. Okay. People are in already and it's live already on Facebook. Sorry guys for the technical issues.
Yeah, so we were trying to connect the camera earlier. Hi
Okay.
everyone.
Okay, hello everybody. So today I have Hanafi with me. Okay. Do I pronounce this correct? Neu Entity, is it?
New entity.
Neu Entity. Okay, so sorry.
No
So
problem.
Neu Entity. So
Yes.
we have Hanafi right here right now today. He's an expert in LinkedIn and Instagram. He's going to talk about LinkedIn and Instagram. Who is Hanafi? Okay, hold on. Sekejap.
Okay.
Hanafi is the owner of the Neu Entity.
No, I'm not the owner. I'm not the founder or co-founder, but
Co-founder. Okay.
I am the CEO.
Oh, sorry.
No
Okay.
worries.
Um,
You're here
I'm
to
a
have
bit
fun
nervous.
anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm a bit
Why are you
nervous.
nervous? You shouldn't be nervous. You've been a couple of times.
I don't know why. Today I'm a bit rushed. Okay, guys. So today we're going to talk about LinkedIn and Instagram. Like again, I'm introducing Hanafi, the CEO of
New entity.
Neu Entity. Okay. He's been around for 11 years in this digital marketing arena. And his clients are not chalang-chalang orang. In Malay, it's not the small fishes. Basically, they are people like Mufti Meng. Can you name some of your client again? Mufti Meng, some more QSH bookstore and
Yes.
Roy's. Yeah, the F&B restaurant, right?
Yes, I've also done some work for Spa Gelita and also Wedding Coup Gallery, of course locally, but internationally, of course, I've also done some work for a number of US companies. Actually, to be honest, like most of our clientele is actually from US.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like seriously, a lot of them from just US alone. It started from US first or local first?
Okay, for myself personally, it started from local first, right? But however, for New Entity, we started with US first. So most of the clients are actually in the blockchain technology industry.
Oh, cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency, that's right. So most of the work that we do is actually branding work, and then we also do web development as well. And aside from that, of course, once you have your own branding ready, logo ready, you already also have your websites already. So the next step after that usually is to market yourself, right? Yeah. So technically that's what I do.
Yeah, and I also recently know, okay, just a little bit more about Hanafi. He is being nominated for the
Oh yeah, SMCCI. SMCCI. Are you okay? Are you still nervous?
Yeah, a little bit. SMCC. Basically, what is SMCC is the Malay what's the long term for it?
Okay,
There is
so
a term for it.
yes, so it's actually Singapore Malay Chamber of Commerce. I have just been nominated to be on the board of directors, inshallah. So I hope I can get in and also help to make a lot more changes. Not changes. Let me correct myself. Hope to make a lot more improvements so that people in our industry or in the community can market themselves on a larger scale, not just locally in Singapore.
Yes, true. It's a really big deal, to be nominated for the SMCCI nomination. Seriously. Okay, so let's dive into today's topic, which is Instagram and LinkedIn. You want to start with Instagram or LinkedIn first?
I think before everything else, maybe we can just talk about finding the niche first, if you're okay with it.
Yeah. Yes,
so
I'm totally cool with that.
Okay, so one of the reasons why I actually wanted to talk about finding your niche is because before you actually market yourself, you need to do a bit of strategy,
I
right?
agree.
So maybe I can ask you, for example, what do you do, Mimi?
For me, I
Yeah.
personally do personal brand. Okay, mine is just focus on consultant, real estate, financial advisor, and business owner who just started small
Mm.
scale on their branding, and also I manage their social media. That's
Okay.
all.
Okay. So if you can, if niche yourself, just one, what would it
Mhm.
be?
For me personally, right now would be personal branding only.
Personal branding. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. So you can safely say that you are a personal branding consultant.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, okay, if you realize what I've been doing earlier, I've been trying to go from niche to niche to niche. So you don't just say that I do branding or I do marketing. You can try to actually funnel yourself so that when you say something, it's just one thing, so that your audience is not so confused. Okay. So before we
Yeah.
start to market ourselves on Instagram or LinkedIn, this is vital because you need to know who you are and how your audience will look at you as. So that's
Correct.
why, yeah. So that's why we need to talk about niche first. So in this scenario, for example, let me just maybe share with you, like, if I meet up with a designer, there's so many ways, there's so many kind of designs, right? So for example, if I ask somebody, they can just say that, okay, hi, I'm a designer. But in my mind, it's like, okay, what kind of designs do you do? You know, you can be architectural firm, you can be a graphic designer, you can be a motion graphic designer, and then you can even, in fact, niche down further, right? So, for example, just now earlier I was saying most of our clients are actually blockchain in the blockchain industry, right? So what you can do is say that, oh, okay, I'm a motion graphics designer only for the blockchain industry,
Correct.
right? So that is vital. Now that you know this, right? And now maybe we can start talking about marketing. Which one would you prefer? Instagram or LinkedIn?
I'm more to an Instagram person, but I don't mind to explore more on LinkedIn since all the professionals are there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you might need to do a bit of work on your LinkedIn because I just spied on your LinkedIn.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't really dived in or put in work onto my LinkedIn, but surprisingly, although I didn't update, there's actually job offers. Like seriously, people give me job offer, but my profile is not updated. So I
Okay.
think it's vital also to update your LinkedIn.
I mean, at the end of this webinar, can I just check with you? This thing will still be there, right? I mean, you still,
Yes, it
yeah.
will be at the tab for the groups, right?
Mhm.
I will put under. Oops, hold on, let me check the group. Hold on, Okay, it will be at the unit. Okay, so everything on the webinar, they can look back at the units because I
Okay.
do chapter by chapter.
Okay. Okay. So if that's the case, maybe we can do with Instagram first, and then after that, I'll talk to you about how to market on LinkedIn. The reason for this is so that I think you, like you said, you're already an Instagram person. So chances are the Instagram knowledge you already have. But we're just here to share with everyone out there.
Can.
At the same time, with LinkedIn being later at a later stage, I think it's easy for you to retain everything. So,
Can.
and when you want to find out how to market yourself on LinkedIn, when you are watching this again at the later stage, you can just skip towards the end. If you are only here for LinkedIn, of course, but if you're here for
Instagram.
Instagram, maybe we can share some things. And if you are looking forward to marketing yourself, maybe let me just ask Mimi. So you manage clients' accounts, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that we also do. Maybe you can share for a start. Yeah. So what do you usually do for when you're managing a client's account, and how would you plan to market it on?
Okay, usually my main focus would be Facebook page because they are more to Facebook ads.
Mm,
Instagram is just an add-on.
mm,
Okay, if let's say they already have Instagram, then I will explore more in Instagram. But for Facebook itself, because you need to do ads, you need to have a page.
mm,
Yeah, but the main technicality of managing a social media people's social media is basically to have brand awareness on their social media platform. So, okay, where am I going? Okay, ask me more questions so I can
Okay,
direct myself there.
so how do you market them? Okay, for example, I'm a real estate agent coming in. Mimi, I'm a real estate agent. How would you recommend me to market myself on Instagram?
Okay, on Instagram, most of the time, I think the engagement would be coming from Instagram story because it's short videos.
Mm.
Okay, you will get to see what kind of audience you have. But I wouldn't say feed is not important. Feed is definitely important, but putting in the right caption with values,
Okay.
not just in a way whereby when you put pictures, or maybe like some real estate agent, they like to just blast on their projects or on their whatever listing that they have on Instagram, which on Instagram itself, when you look at it, Instagram is a picture based social media. people
Yes.
people are interested on Instagram because of the, what do you call that, the
Quality of the picture.
yes, correct.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
it's more picture based, like Pinterest. So if let's say there's too many, marketing like numbers, it doesn't appeal to me as an Instagrammer to go to your profile.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
one.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that's one.
that's exactly one of the points that I wanted to talk about. When you are on Instagram, if you're planning to market yourself, don't just talk about numbers. Don't just let's say, like I said earlier, let's say I'm a real estate agent, right? Don't keep talking about, oh, I have this unit and that unit available. So it gets very annoying, and people will just unfollow you. You get my
Yeah.
drift, right? So,
Yeah. For
uh,
me, your followers are more on the people who are using bots to gain followers.
yes.
So technically, your the kind of followers that you'll be having is not the real kind of audience that you want to have build trust with.
Okay, yeah, cool. So that said, so when you're marketing yourself on Instagram, you need to have quality posts. Okay, so what I mean by quality post is not the text. I mean, of course, captions are important, but what really catches the eye is actually the the picture itself, right? Because Instagram, like you say, is a picture-based platform. So make sure that when you are trying to post on Instagram, make sure your picture is of high quality. Okay, so next, after you put in your caption and after you try to inform your users of let's say you are eating an ice cream, right? What kind of practice should you be practicing? Is the next is actually hashtags, right? So hashtags uh, for it's important because hashtags are not just for bots, like you said earlier. I think I've just very recently shared with you what I saw on my feed, and this is why actually using the right hashtags is important. For
Hmm.
example, for me, I am very interested. I am always very interested in UI and UX, right? Because I come from a branding agency, so I talk about branding, I talk about marketing, I talk about user interface, which is UI. I also follow news with UX, which is user experience. So I'm not sure if you guys can actually see this. This is actually in my feed. Let me just change the focus of the
Actually,
camera.
I can do screen sharing.
You can?
Yeah, I can. Hold on,
Okay.
huh? I have that, but people gonna see on my WhatsApp who am I contacting.
Okay, no worries. So, okay, what I'm trying to say is, okay, when you actually click on the search button and if there's something that you actually like, right, the hashtag, right, try to follow that hashtag. You will start to see a lot more news or rather pictures related to that hashtag, right? So, for example, in this scenario, I followed UX, so I start to see posts with regards to UX as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
And another thing about Instagram, just a little thing that I did lah. Like for example, those entrepreneurs or people that I want to follow, because it's very important who you follow on your Instagram, also on your feeds,
Yes.
and who you interacting with or comment a lot. It will usually come out on your feed first.
Mhm.
What I do is that, like for example, Gary V, for example, okay, um, people like the top one that I want to follow, I put on turn on post notification,
Mhm.
so that whenever they post first, I'll be the first to comment or maybe interact with the other interested like-minded people who are in his followers, so
Yes.
that your profile would be found by these people, and then eventually they will look at your profile and then they follow you.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yes. Okay. So that's a good practice also. So what happens is, okay, for example, they talk about a way to earn money, right? Online. For example, Gary V. Uh, what you can do is say something witty. And then, I'm sure you've already experienced this before. Then people will start liking your profile. At the same time, I mean,
Yeah,
your comment. So that's it. When somebody actually like your comments, chances are they might want to look at your account. So when they actually look into your account, then you know you can get them to actually follow your account. That's
correct.
why it's very important. That's why it's very important for you to actually have a very high quality account.
Okay, I just want to check whether you can actually see my screen
Yes,
now.
I can. Yes.
Okay, okay. So can you see the picture?
Yeah. So that is in the feed itself, as you can see.
Yeah,
So.
this is the picture that he wanted to share with you guys just now.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So for Instagram, I do have questions. Not only me, but I get some questions.
Oh, okay.
Uh, okay. For the floor, for the rest of you, if you have question, please put it on the comments so we can we can see at the comment and then reply to your question straight away now.
Yes. So don't worry. I'm actually still monitoring also the questions, just in case you guys have any questions. Just let me know.
Okay. By Camila, she texted, she commented on one of the posts on my page. Hold on. Okay. Her question is, maybe I put it this way here. She got three questions. How okay? How often should you recommend being on live to share content on Instagram?
How
Because
often on
yeah,
Instagram?
yeah, the Instagram live thing. Like now we are doing Facebook live, but on Instagram platform.
Mm?
Because for her case, she have been doing this live for Instagram every Tuesday 10:30 p.m. Yep. So she said, how often should you recommend being live on Instagram? Yeah.
Okay,
The
for
answer.
Instagram, if you want to be live, it's best if you pick a specific time. And what I mean by this is, try to have like a calendar, like how shall I say this? Okay, consistent. So consistently, like let's say if everybody knows that you're going on live on Tuesday, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. or even 2 p.m., then the next time you go live, people know that you are going to be live already. You understand what I'm saying? So it becomes
Mm,
like a schedule kind of thing. So some of them really do it like a television, like a television kind of way, like a broadcast,
mm,
an actual broadcast. This is some of the practices that I've already noticed, and I'm just sharing it with you. So some of them actually get the questions before they actually go live. Sometimes they actually come up with the topic first, and then they'll be like, okay, if you have any questions, for example, just like this webinar that we have right here, right? So we've really you yourself have gotten questions for this webinar prior to the episode, that prior to the recording itself, right? So these are actually some of the good practices. I would recommend doing it weekly. That would be best.
mm.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
If you have a bit more resources, of course you can do it like twice per week. Of course, if you are actually more busy than usual, I would recommend just do it as and when you want. And I'm saying this because you mentioned the name Gary V earlier. So Gary
Yeah,
V
we have
goes
a
live.
team.
Yeah,
He
but
have a
but he
team.
goes live as and when he wants. You see,
Yeah,
he
because we
doesn't
have
go
the
live all
friends
the time.
already. Because
Yeah,
his name is there already. Like he
exactly.
have been doing this for 8 years, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
When he
So
started it, it was like nothing.
exactly. So and he advocates personal branding quite a lot, and I'm sure you know this. So previously we were talking about finding your niche, right? So I think some of the viewers also maybe actually, let's see, we have about 10 people right now watching. Some of them, or 11, some of them actually run their own companies, right? So how is it different from finding your niche for your personal brand before you actually market on Instagram? Uh, like I said, it's very important. So for example, in New Entity, you know me for being the marketing guy, right? Or and the personal branding guy. So I vlog once a week. So every week there's always a video that I'm sharing on my page. Okay. So I ensure that whenever people look at my videos, I ensure that they know that it's actually entrepreneur related or marketing related videos. Whereas, New Entity does a lot of things, branding and marketing, like I said,
Yeah.
right? So how do I get those words out? So that's why it's important for me to have a team. If you know Firdaus handles all the designs. When it comes to brand strategy and design, he is the go-to person. So that's why when you watch his videos or watch his, look at his all his contents, it's always like that. Um, and that is how he is marketing himself on Instagram. If you take a look at his Instagram feed, it's really, really beautiful. Okay. I'm not just saying this because,
Yeah, I saw his work.
yeah. So that's one way. If you are in a company and in an organization, right, internal branding is important, and then you have to empower the people around you to make sure that they are marketing the right stuff. And then, for example, Sarah, the newest team member at New Entity, she is like not really mompreneur, but she is more of a working mom, the graphic designer slash working mom. So whenever she markets herself, she gives out that vibe.
Mm,
So that's why it's important to find your niche. So now,
correct.
now that you already know your niche, right? When you put on Instagram, you know what kind of pictures your audience will like.
Yep.
So that is the most important thing. Trying to find out what your audience actually want to see on your Instagram.
Correct. Yeah, but Instagram is also like test and error thing, but actually right, when I before I started this love Mimi thing going on, I actually deleted like almost a lot of my picture on Instagram just to specifically narrowed it down to my personal branding that I want to do. And then people have been asking me like, why aren't you posting any more of your holiday pictures? Because let's face it lah. Like if I want to market myself as a personal brander, like yes, once a while holiday pictures is nice on Instagram, correct?
Yes.
But that's not the kind of audience that I want to attract going holidays. I'm not
Yeah,
a
because you will
digital
attract
nomad.
people. People will start to think of you as a travel vlogger. You get me?
Yeah,
Right.
instead of marketer slash branding strategies and stuff like that. So this is the thing that I think most people when they start on Instagram they need to understand the niche. Yes, niche is very important.
Mm,
I actually got emphasized that on my first few videos when I started Love Mimi.
mm,
Um, yeah, even as a company level, you actually highlighted it very well. Like different roles for different people in the company itself have their own self branding.
yes,
Although in the umbrella of your name
correct.
of the one company, but because each of them have different roles, so you need to brand yourself in different ways. That's more easier to for people to categorize. You know.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so before I actually talk about marketing yourself on LinkedIn, we do have some questions. Do you wanna? Shall we?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so Dazri actually asked, "Hi guys, can share in Singapore context who has done branding well, excluding celebrities? What did they do to be different and notice?" Okay, uh, I'm not sure if you actually heard. We just mentioned it earlier. It's very important to find your niche. So when you found your niche, try to go even deeper and deeper, niche within a niche within a niche. Try to don't just call yourself a designer. Call yourself a graphic designer, motion graphic designers for example, for blockchain. So being different will actually push your personal brand out there even more because they know you are the go-to person when I want to do motion graphics for blockchain, for example, right? But when you talk about trying to be noticed, trying to be different, um, it really depends on the industry that you're in. Sometimes you might have to do some things that might seem a bit unorthodox, right? For example, in Singapore, I haven't seen, I haven't seen any CEO of a branding agency doing vlogs, sharing.
Yeah,
And
me
I
too.
and I am trying to get more people out there to actually put out more video content. So that is my, my way of trying to get seen. But of course, that's why strategy is always very important. Try to understand your whole niche and then try to do a bit of strategy, find out what your audience actually like. And like what Mimi actually did is actually one of the right way. You need to test a few times before you actually hit the right audience. Right, Mimi?
Yeah, yes, correct. And I love the fact that, okay, like for yourself, you do vlogs, right? It's more authentic and raw. Like it's not scripted, because nowadays people like, oh, I want to do video marketing. And then after that, I need to have a production and I need to have a script, all that professional looking in video.
Mm.
It looks more on like advertised instead of being raw or being yourself,
Yeah.
which I think it's not connected in a way. So if you like being raw, it's easier for people to understand you, know you, or if let's say you can't even do videos a week, start small.
Yes.
Like on Instagram
Yes.
story, you talk, and then slowly it gets better.
Yeah, you
Then
get
if
a lot. You gain a lot of confidence, right, from doing that.
correct, yes, exactly. Hold on. So wait, does you answered Dasri questions already, right?
Yes.
Okay. Noor Hafiz.
You
Say
missed one, which is Angel Stephanie.
Angel Stephanie. Okay. Oh, okay. It comes in sequence. Hold on. Sorry, guys. The comment. I need to run through. Okay, Angel say about singing, right? She loves singing, right?
Hmm.
Because sorry, I can't see her previous comment. I don't know what's wrong
Okay.
with.
Okay. The question is, I'm as an aspiring singer, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to post stuff on my singing online, Facebook Live and Instagram. The purpose is to get fans and talent spotted. How do I do this? You wanna answer the question?
Oh, my take.
Yeah, you are
Okay.
you like you said, you are the Instagram person, right? So
Oh,
like,
okay. My take. Okay, the way I see it, I will only talk about Instagram, okay, for your singing. If you want to put your singing on Instagram, the way I see it from other influencer that is in the singing niche, they usually put covers. So tap into those popular songs like that currently people are listening for that month or for that week or something, and do a cover for that, and then you put it on your IGTV, because IGTV can be more than
a
10
minute,
minutes. Yeah,
10 minutes.
yeah, more than 1 minute. Yeah, can be longer like YouTube.
Yes,
So
and
for
plus now they are actually pushing IGTV more than last time. So it goes on the
yeah,
so when people are scrolling down the feed, they will actually see your IGTV. That, oh, okay, you actually posted an IGTV just quite recently.
yep,
Any
exactly.
more?
Yeah. Mm, collaborating on live with other aspiring singer.
Yes, yes.
That's one.
Yeah, and also another way, whenever you go for events, take a live Facebook Live. When you're singing, try to take a few videos as well. Then those can be used for your marketing materials, and maybe talk about singing, right? So at the same time, you can look out for vloggers or people who actually post videos, people who come back from actually their travel. If you can just tell them, okay, you know what, I can let you use my song maybe for like 30 seconds if you don't mind. It's for free anyway. Or, it's entirely up to you if you let them use the whole song or 30 seconds. Um,
Mm.
as long as you can get them to actually credit you. This song is by so and so. You know?
And tag you, mention your
Yes.
Instagram, so that
Yes.
people will know your Instagram.
Yes.
But the main important thing I think Instagram, right, is your bio. If you cannot establish your bio, right, people cannot find your profile.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, the first thing that you see when you land on somebody's Instagram account is actually the bio.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. I don't know what's wrong with my Facebook. I can't see the comment, the previous comment, but the one that I see now is Nur Hafiz
Okay.
about scheduling.
Okay.
Uh, During certain period, example holiday season, Ramadan, user behavior on social media changes. Muslim market online in early hours, lunchtime before evening. How should we manage content and scheduling during this period? Okay, this for Instagram or is just generally any social media platform?
I think maybe it can be for any, but let's just focus on Instagram for now, if
Hmm.
it's okay with you.
Yes, I'm okay. For Instagram, I do scheduling on later.com.
Yes, and I prefer Buffer. No,
Buffer.
sorry. For Instagram, I usually use later as well because I get to see all the greets, right? I think
Yeah,
that's why you like
the
it.
the the monthly and then you just drop.
Yes.
Like
So yeah, if you guys are planning to schedule your Instagram content, you can try out later. It's totally free unless you are planning to post more than how many? 30?
26 yeah, around
20 plus,
26
right?
to 30. Yep, correct.
Yeah, so around 20 plus, just below 30. So it's entirely free. Um, and then if you want to market even more, then of course you can use Buffer as well. It's also free. But for Buffer, I use it for my other platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, because you can only use 3 accounts for Buffer. So if you're planning to schedule, then yeah, you can use those tools. And we talk about Ramadan, right? The holiday seasons, Ramadan, and so on. So their user behavior is always different. So you might need to do a bit of research. So even for us at a branding agency, we try to understand as much as possible about the client. So we know like, okay, so they'll be like, hey, every April is my peak period. So during April, because it's a holiday season, it's my peak period. How do I post? So you can post more stuff, knowing that it's going to be the 1 week April holidays. So you can choose to post more stuff. So I cannot really give an exact answer as to how often you have to schedule, but you should be able to see the trends moving forward. I mean, if you've really done the business for quite some time, then this should be no problem.
Yeah. Coming on that, I think Instagram, if you want to understand your audience, make it into a business account
Yes.
because you can see the insights under your profile. You can scroll under insight and you can see what timing your audience are mostly engaged on your profile and the kind of audience that you are receiving. So that's one way for you to know lah your
Yes.
schedule time on certain days.
I'm actually trying to show that.
Yeah, you can. Because
Um,
my internet is a bit slow. I
okay.
don't know why.
So if you are running, you're using a Facebook business account, right? At the top, you can just press that. There'll be this thing called Insights. So under Insights, I can see content, activity, and audience, right? So for example, under activity, I can see all the different interactions and how many people have actually visited my profile. So this is the reason why Mimi is telling you, if you want to use Instagram, you should be using a business account. Okay, so yes, I think that pretty much answers your question also, Eugene, about the Instagram stats. So
Yeah, okay. One more question, which is also from Camila, about what is the algorithm like on Facebook for video and what is it? Okay, so basically, what is the algorithm like in Instagram? I don't know how to answer this because it's general question, like algorithm. Do
for
you want
I'm
to
not
answer?
too sure about Instagram, but if you're talking about Facebook, although we're not supposed to talk about Facebook in this end. Okay, but if you wanna get your videos more popular on Facebook, then try to get all your friends to actually watch and like and share.
Share.
So
Yes.
what this does is actually it tells Facebook that your video is popular, so it starts pushing your video up, right? So the next moment, for example, me as a user or as an audience, I go to Facebook. One of the first few things I would be seeing would be your live feed because
Ah,
a lot of interactions and engagement has been going on. So it pushes that video up, right? So
correct.
so I hope that answers your question.
For Instagram, I think, oh yeah, for Instagram, I learned that let's say you put a picture,
Mhm.
okay, try to reply the comment on what your Instagram post is within 10 minutes after you post.
Yeah.
So that there will be more engagement, and Instagram see that, oh, okay, these are all natural people commenting on a picture. Naturally it will be on top.
Yep.
So yeah, that's one way lah.
Similarly, yeah, it works in a similar fashion whereby they actually pushes up all the content
Whoever is
that is trending.
the
Right?
more engagement,
Yes.
the usually they will prioritize your post. Okay, we can move on to LinkedIn.
Okay, finally on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Let me just bring up LinkedIn on my screen right here. Just give me a second. Okay, so for LinkedIn, if you guys are planning to market yourself on LinkedIn, it kind of like depends on what kind of business you're doing. It doesn't, but then to me, I feel like it doesn't really matter whether you are a B2B company or a B2C company. Usually, LinkedIn is actually for B2B because you tend to get other businesses. So that's why I was telling Mimi you should actually ramp up your LinkedIn game so you start to get a lot more requests, and all these business owners are starting to see you, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So especially because you're running a B2B, so you want people to actually notice you. Okay. So one of the first few things that you need to do for your LinkedIn. Let me see. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm trying to open also my LinkedIn.
All right. So I'm gonna try to share my screen. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, the first thing I see, cryptocurrency and beyond.
Yes. Okay. So I've seen like a lot of cryptocurrency companies. So that's why the ad is there. So that's it. You can see from my LinkedIn page. One of the first few things that you will see is designation of the person, in the company, right? So the moment you have a good picture right here, and then you start to see this. So what are your chances of trying to connect with someone like me, Mimi, if you don't know me at all?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
What are
then,
the chances?
yeah,
Slim, very slim.
very slim. And why is that?
If I don't know you, how to know? Yeah, very slim. I mean, unless I'm your friend or something, then
Oh,
I
okay, so
think
you're that kind of person. Okay. So for most salesperson, right, when they are on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a professional network, right? So chances are when they see this, they'll be like, oh, okay, so this is interesting. He's a CEO of company. I want to interact with him. Chances are because I want to sell something to him. Okay, so I get a lot of messages on LinkedIn. I will share with you, what kind of messages I get. But the next thing people will start to see is this. So this is a summary of you. I didn't really actually write this. This was taken from elsewhere, but I decided to use it because it has a certain pull factor. Okay.
the copywriting of your profile.
Yes, so that's also very important. Sometimes when people are looking to hire, then they will start to look at the experience. So he's work here, and here. Whereas if they are looking into hiring, also they will still also look under your education, and that's the reason why this is very very popular, right? With people who are professionals, especially when they want to hire, is because look at this. When I scroll up, you can actually save everything as a PDF.
So it's like a resume,
Exactly. So
but
it's
openly
exactly.
for public to see.
Yes. Yes. So I mean, you can even see that I do have like about 3,000 plus followers, right?
Wow.
But these are actually connections. So hang on, let me just stop sharing the screen for a while. Okay, so with whatever that you've seen, right? It's actually very easy to connect with other business owners on LinkedIn. Okay. So you need to have a very powerful profile first. We're not talking about portfolios yet. Like you said, the copywriting on the summary has to be there. So because that's what captures the eye. The moment somebody actually sees the profile, right, they will start to see that first.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. Okay. So how do you market yourself on Instagram? I've previously just shared this with Haider. Thank you, Haider, if you are tuning in at a later time. Thank you for arranging this webinar.
Yes, thank you. Haida is like your backbone.
Yeah. So I've actually shared how you can actually market yourself on LinkedIn. Right. So one of the first few things, uh, that would be very, very easy, is actually to actually go through your not Instagram, LinkedIn feed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, maybe this would be better if I keep sharing my screen. Okay, so you start to see my screen again, right? So you
Yep.
see, No Hafiz No is always up there because I'm always interacting with him on LinkedIn. So if
Mm.
somebody else actually if he shares somebody else's content, it starts to appear like this. So
Oh, and then vice chairman, like wow, so professional. You are sharing vice chairman's article.
yeah, so okay, as you can see, this is a second connection. So that means I'm not connected to Rushdie. So I can click on his profile. I can actually have a quick look at his profile. He has about 16,000 followers. If this is somebody that I would like to connect with because I have value to provide him, like let's see, he does one agri which does halal ingredients, blockchain, right? The moment I see blockchain, it's very interesting for New Entity because we do a lot of blockchain branding, right?
Mm.
So maybe I could connect with him. Maybe I could provide value because I have like a few in,
Blockchain portfolios.
uh, blockchain portfolios from US that he might be interested to in connecting with them as well. So maybe this is somebody that I might be interested in connecting. So for that, I can just click connect. It's very easy, it's very fast, and then I can just drop him a message. We
Mm.
can see that Eugene and Tan actually just dropped me a message as well, right here. so yeah. So one way that you can actually market yourself, you know, is to actually keep scrolling down on your
Mm-hmm.
newsfeed. Actually find a content that you like, not what I like, not what other people like, not what your audience will like, a content that you like, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to be a Malay Singapore. Okay, so maybe this is something that I truly genuinely like. Click on the
Mm-hmm.
like button and actually write a comment, a genuine comment, not those kind of bot comments, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so try to also provide value in that comments, because when sometimes the article, the posting is very, very interesting, right? So I get to see all this, and when somebody actually says something, a comment that actually strikes me as interesting, I might want to connect. And like I said earlier, there are reasons why you want to connect with people. And one way that you can get your profile more seen is by doing this, exactly this that I'm showing you, right?
Mm. Commenting. I have a question.
Yes,
So
hit me.
for your profile, right, whatever you just now shared with me, it's all paid profile for LinkedIn, right? Because I understand that LinkedIn have paid and free version.
Actually, if my profile was to be free, you still see the same things.
Oh, okay. So what's the difference?
Okay, because my paid profile is only for the learning section. So this is good, So if you guys actually want to learn something, you guys can actually go to LinkedIn, click here, and then learning. You can see this. So you
Mm-hmm.
can start learning. So as you can see, I'm in progress of learning how to do YouTube every week, YouTube tips weekly, for example, right? So I have also saved several courses that I want to learn, things such as logo design, visual effects, because I feel like it's related to my industry. So
Mm.
I am paying for this. But when you're paying for this, at the same time, you can actually get that logo, that gold thing next to the logo. So people will think that I have like a premium. Okay, this. At the same time, they give me about, I think, sorry, hang on, my camera is stuck. Hang on. There you go. Okay. So at the same time, you will start to see that I am having a goal thingy and my LinkedIn profile, right? So people
Mm-hmm.
will look at my profile as a premium account. Okay, so what premium actually gives you on LinkedIn, right? That means you can have um, a certain number depending on your package, whichever premium that you choose. You will have a certain number of mailing credits, like credits. So I can actually, for me, I can, if the person is not on my first or second connection, if the person is on third and further away
Mm-hmm.
connection, I can
Mm-hmm.
actually drop them a message and say like, hey, you know what, I'm interested with your profile. Can we connect? Because I might have something that I want to discuss with you about. So that's what people actually use the credits for, to message. But I don't tap on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, I mean, I sign up for the LinkedIn Learning, which is good because now when you go to my LinkedIn profile, you start to see that gold button. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good portal to learn also, like
Yeah.
not only for connection purpose.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. So I've shared with you two ways on how you can actually connect with people and start to get your profile more noticeable on LinkedIn. And
Yeah.
I have another two more ways, if you don't mind me sharing with you.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So the other way is, now that you've actually seen other people's content and then you feel like you're interested with that, don't forget to also share your own content.
True. Because it's
Right.
your own personal branding. If you keep sharing other people's, it's like you are giving them free publicity.
Yeah, so if like I don't know you, right, and then and then you keep liking and sharing my content, it's great for me. But then people don't know who is Mimi. I'm connected to Mimi, but I don't really know who is Mimi. She hasn't shared any content on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, true, true.
Oh, hi Ahmed, you're here finally. uh, okay, so that's the third way. So start to share a bit more content on LinkedIn. Uh, People like motivational content on LinkedIn for some reason,
Ah,
and I think because they work on a 9 to 5 job, it gets very mundane and boring. So the motivation that you share with them actually
ah.
spur them to work more. It's like you're trying to give the power back to them. You empower them with something, with whatever that you've been through, and so that they feel like they can do better.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, I've also gathered some information about LinkedIn. A lot of okay, from other groups, they talk a lot about organic reach. Um, like what I shared earlier before this webinar. Actually, somebody shared with me. It's the best way to get organic reach compared to all other major social platforms. I don't know. Do you wanna talk about this? Because you already talked about it just now, like the depth of going. So that is organic reach. But
Yes.
if you were to compare with other major social media platform, because I can't have a say on this because I'm only good at Facebook and Instagram. So
No
if you
worries.
were to compare this to LinkedIn, I don't know.
Okay, let me just share with you my screen again. Okay, so you can see from here, right? Let me just refresh the feed. Let me see if there's anybody. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Cindy Mesa likes this content. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Right? So you look at this. I'm not connected to this guy in any way at all. I'm connected to Cindy, but not Robert Sweeney. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is how organic it is. Right? So even when somebody likes your content, right, the third person is, and people after that can start to see your content just like this.
Mm.
That's how organic it is. I don't really connect with Cindy, actually, to be honest. She's a UI designer, but I think I've dropped her a message once, and that's only when we were connecting, and that's pretty much it. And then I'm how it is like when you actually follow a page on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
You don't really see their content for some reason. You don't see it at all. If,
Yeah.
but
Because
yeah, you don't see it. But if you take a look at this and my screen right here, you can see Ogilvy is here, right? Because
yeah.
and then you start to see this again. See, Fiona is actually my
Ah,
second connection. But why do I see this? It's because Emmanuel commented on this,
okay. Yep.
right? So every time somebody actually engage with your content, right, whether they like or they comment, other people outside of that can actually see it. Their connections start to see your content as well. And that's
Mm.
how I was able to get about 28,000 views on one of my content.
Ah, nice.
Yes, and
That's
I mean,
wonderful.
I've shared with you, I had 3,000 followers on LinkedIn. But at that point of time, when I shared that piece of content, I had about 1,200 followers only, if I recall correctly. Right. But
This is solely from your first degree connection?
Yes. So it starts to spread like wildfire. People start to tag each other. So
Ah,
if you know how to market yourself well on LinkedIn, it is going to spread like wildfire.
okay. So you must be prepared, you know, like if you're going to LinkedIn, you must be prepared to already getting high ticket clients or
Yes.
professionals.
Yes. The
Yeah,
reason why I've been telling you to actually do a lot more on LinkedIn is because every week I get a single message, sometimes two messages on people who ask me about the services that New Entity actually offers. So that is, this is a lead material for me. This is actually my lead funnel. LinkedIn
nice.
acts
Okay.
as my lead funnel. So that's why I truly want all of you guys to actually be on LinkedIn as well.
Oh my God, this is like gold.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing, man.
No problem. Okay, so one of the final way to actually get yourself more seen, right? More connection. So why do I keep doing this? I should just leave my sharing on, right? So just give me a second.
It's okay, it's okay.
All right, so you guys start to see my screen again, right? So okay, so the search function on LinkedIn is also gold.
Okay.
Who do you usually connect with, Mimi? Who are the people who you sell to? Who are the people who hire you
Okay,
for
usually
personal
what
branding?
I will be doing on the search is looking at digital marketers like, for example, AG Sharma or Arnie, someone in US, not in local context,
Okay,
because I love to see their copywriting.
but what about your buyers? Who are they?
Real estate agent, usually people like Marcus Lua, like I would see how they run their page.
Anyone outside of real estate agent?
Let me think. Yes, there is. Uh, Kern, Kern branding. You know Kern?
Oh yes, I've
KERN.
heard of it. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try this. Let me just search for real estate. So you start to see this. Look at this. So
Uh
these
huh.
are all the people that you should be connecting with on LinkedIn. Okay.
Ah.
Okay. So
Sean
now,
Lin.
okay.
I think I know Sean Lin.
Okay. So what you can do is you can click on all filters, right? So you don't want to connect with people you already connected with. Those are your
Mm-hmm.
first connections, right? So you click on this, and then these people are going to be your buyers, and these people are usually Singaporeans. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you click on Singapore, right? And then you click apply. And this is very, very important. This is like gold. Like if I am really looking for somebody or seeking for somebody, I use this exact method. So I start to see all these people. I can just click connect. When I connect, I can actually leave them a message. For example, if I do want to connect with Natalie Tang, I can just do that. But usually what I do is I dig in a bit more. I try to understand the background or the behavior or
The person.
yeah, the person, right? So I start to see all this. I cannot see the activity because I'm not connected to her. So I'll probably like see, well, she doesn't really have much of a personal brand, right? If I were to
Yeah.
be Mimi, I'll probably just drop her a message or connect with her. And then when you click connect, look at
Mm-hmm.
this. The moment I click connect, I can actually add a note as well.
Mm.
Okay, so I can add a note. Hey Natalie, uh, I come from a branding agency.
Yep.
I feel like I can help
Guys,
you.
look at this. He's doing it in front of you lively. So how to even PM people on LinkedIn?
I can help you have a better branding have a better personal brand.
I can see that her connection is mostly doctors.
Yeah, maybe those are actually her bias. So yeah, for me, I try to connect with bias a lot more, but at the same time, just like what you said, I try to. Okay, so there you go. So once you send, that's it. So you start to see all these things, these other people that you can connect with as well.
Ah.
So the search function is very, very good, right? So
It's like okay, to me it's like right now coming from a first perspective of a first person who looking at LinkedIn seriously now, like the search is like Facebook targeting.
yes, but you get to see the person directly,
Yeah,
like straight away, right?
Oh my god, my profile is I'm going to
So,
cry looking at my profile.
so hey guys, as you can see, she has a very few connections. If you are still here watching us, please go to Mimi's LinkedIn account and add her as a connection.
Yeah.
Spread some
I'm
love.
still new to LinkedIn, so don't laugh at my profile.
Uh, okay. So I know you can do this. So here's the thing: how I find credibility in somebody's account is when somebody else actually, tell you that you're good at it. So I've already endorsed you for Facebook marketing right here.
Okay, thank you so much. So it's like really you put a review on the person's profile.
Yeah. So you can actually click.
Testimonial.
Yeah. So it's like a testimonial. So you can see the numbers going up. So even if I've worked together with you indirectly, like for example in this, technically this is
Webinar.
directly webinar, right?
Yeah.
So let me just add that. So now you have a Facebook marketing endorsed by me.
Thank you. Okay, I shall do that later on you. Nice, nice. It's like already a built-in funnel, but on a social media platform.
Okay. Yeah. So
Like no brainer.
yeah. So you guys should really be on LinkedIn. It helps your business a lot. I'm sure Ahmed. He says he's been an active user on LinkedIn. I'm sure he knows all these tips and tricks that I'm sharing already. But just make sure your profile is gold enough so that when people look at your profile, they have a reason to actually connect with you.
Nice, nice. Okay, I think you covered a lot of things on LinkedIn for just a free live training. I mean, seriously, who wants to share how they PM to their client, man? Seriously.
Yeah.
Building relationship in a new lead funnel in 2019 and onwards. People are tired of funnels and lead pages with no emotion. Oh my god, Ahmed, yeah, you read my mind. Like I'm sick of funnels actually, to be honest. But yes, I understand that funnels is the one that is making money, but to a certain extent, you get so many funnels and so many ads to your face to fill up just email addresses. It gets annoying on your email. It goes to spam.
Yes. So I mean, get these guys. Gary Vaynerchuk has been talking about personal branding since I think about 7 years ago. Also, for quite some time, you start to see it. It's getting picked up quite a lot right now. Personal branding. So you guys hate funnels. I don't really like funnels as well. I mean, there's a reason why there are funnels, but when you do sales, you need to always look at the numbers. But that funnel doesn't have to be automated. Doesn't have to be online. That funnel could be you, and you are a walking funnel yourself. You know what's next for the person. It has more authenticity, right? I now know Mimi personally. To be honest, prior to this, I've never spoken with Mimi prior to this.
Yeah, we never meet each other
How I'm
before.
meeting you guys actually for the first time. This is actually the first time I'm seeing her as well. So
The power of my own personal branding.
yes,
Seriously, a lot of people I actually on my Facebook, they haven't meet me personally, but they already have that trust because of my social media and they want to work with me.
yes,
Yeah, there's one way. For I heard a lot about Hanafi before. So when suddenly he followed me on Instagram, I'm like, wow, the CEO is following me. Yeah. So LinkedIn is your walking funnel. I like that.
yes,
Walking funnels.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I get like a lead or two every week. So you guys should really try LinkedIn. Uh, your content is like, last time you need to go to a blog, you need to write there and then shift it over, copy the and paste the link. For LinkedIn, you don't even have to do that. You know how Facebook is like, right? You just write your status, right? You can even do that. But wait, there's more. So
You
on
want to share?
so on LinkedIn, you can even write your own articles directly on LinkedIn. You don't even have to put it on your face, on your blog, on your website. You can write your articles there directly. And uh, some people actually don't know this, but your LinkedIn articles get picked up by Google.
Ah,
Yes,
okay, that's nice.
Yes,
You
it's
don't
true.
you don't really need to add on Google Ads or anything for people to
Yeah,
actually see the article.
that's right. So it gets picked up by Google, and whenever you search for something or a term similar to that, when a person clicks on the Google link, it actually goes to your LinkedIn article page. And if they are already signed in, then of course when they like and comment, you can see their profile as well, and you can connect with them afterwards.
Ah,
Yeah, so
that's
there's
nice.
a
That's nice.
lot of ways to market yourself on LinkedIn. It's really crazy. Uh,
God,
yeah, yeah.
I got a
So
lot to discover after this.
I'm still looking at my screen is still showing your your profile
Profile.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes, I have to do something about my LinkedIn. It's not that I don't want to be in LinkedIn because I scared later once I start to market, yeah, because it's overwhelming. Like you said, the number of leads you're getting per week, you know.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's already like what, 2 leads per week.
Yeah.
Two what again? 2 to 10, is it?
Yeah, it truly depends. The more active you are, the more your profile gets picked up, the more people actually message you. It depends on you and what you and how you want to market yourself. I've already shared with you all the secrets or my secrets. So it's entirely up to you guys to take action.
Yes, we can always give information, but implementation is the mother of all working ethics. Okay, you have to implement what you learn to in order to see result.
Yeah.
So this is a free training. He already explained a lot of things about LinkedIn. I shared my own personal experience and my personal activities that I do to actually get recognized on Instagram. So you guys can use our takeaways. You can always replay back this under the unit tab.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you so much, Hanafi, for tuning in and have that trust to actually be on the webinar for the first time with me. We're gonna have Teh Tarik soon and gonna talk more. Um, you guys,
Wait, if you want to go Teh Tarik soon, it has to be like really soon because it's going to be Ramadan.
I mean, it can always be after Salat Tarawih.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys, Hanafi, you want to drop your profile at the comments so that they can connect to you?
On my
Actually, they
LinkedIn?
can always, yes,
Okay.
yes, your
Sure,
LinkedIn.
sure. No problem.
Yeah,
That
and
is-
if any of you guys who wants to do some web development or other brand more personalized branding, you can always consult to Hanafi because he have a team to help you
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
Okay, so get connected with Hanafi, guys. He's really knowledgeable with a lot of information that's already be given on this free live training. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem at
Thank you
all.
so
So
much, guys. Who
thank you for having me here,
yeah,
and thank you, Haider. I know you cannot join us today, but that's totally fine. Thank you for
yeah.
arranging this. I am really honored to actually be here and share my knowledge with everyone.
Okay, thank you guys for your time to be online at this hour, at this weekday, to just see what these two person is talking about on this Facebook group. So much love. Do drop us a message if you want to, or with regards to the topic that we just shared with you guys. Okay?
I
Thank
actually
you.
like I like your Facebook group name, because it's exactly what I do. I always vlog with the whole video stuff. All right, so
Yeah.
thank you so much for tuning in. Like she said, at this
Okay.
hour.
Bye bye.
Bye.